can't put my drink on the end table because that's where my mic is.
What's your drink?
A Bantha Bile Bomb.
What's that mean?
Oh, it's a drink I made up.
Oh.
Since I'm
Did
all
you
in
just
Star
say
Wars.
Bantha Bile Bomb?
Well, I had to come up with a Star Wars drink name. Our giveaway officially ended.
It did?
We had a winner.
Oh, good job,
We actually,
Matt.
by the end of the day, yeah, good job, Matt. Congratulations. We had 3 entrants. Matt was the only one that got all the questions correct. Sorry to everyone else. Maybe we'll do this again in the future. We'll see. We'll kind of see how things are going. We may actually have a merch shop in the not too distant future, which is strange because we're not consistent with releasing content, but
you really got into like creating merch.
Well, not even merch specific to our show. Like, I want specific t-shirts for me to wear that don't exist. And so I'm making them, and I'm realizing I can just put them out on a shop because realistically I'd have to set up something similar to just get it printed anyway. So we'll see. If you're looking for some Lester's Possum Park merch, that may be in your future. Right.
Now, when are you going to wear that shirt in the park?
That'll be our DCA day.
You're not going to do Marvel with me and our youngest.
I'm going to do Marvel Oogie Boogie Night.
So maybe I'll not do Marvel then.
Well, when else am I going to wear the Lester's Possum Park? Because I'm maybe making us a fall shirt for when we're just doing a hotel day.
I bought a shirt for that.
Oh, okay. For the hotel day?
Yeah.
Well, I won't.
I showed it to you on Old Navy today. Old Navy. And I was like, look at this. I think I'll get it for the hotel day.
Myself a fall shirt.
And you're like, oh, that's nice. I think I'm still going to make me one for that day. And I was like, okay. And so I
didn't
bought
like the Mickey Mouse one.
Yeah, the Minnie Mouse was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, so we'll see.
I thought you understood what I was saying to you.
No, I thought that was just something to have. So the Lester's Possum Park is one that I really wanted to wear. We'll see how it goes, though.
And would you like to explain to the audience what that's from? Because I don't know,
should.
Except for you.
Well, no, Lester's Possum Park is from a Goofy movie. It is the roadside attraction that Goofy drags Max into, and it is an animatronic possum show where they have a jamboree, which actually may be relevant to some of my thoughts later on in the show. But maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves on that.
Okay.
Let me see if I can hit the theme song with my toe.
Oh, that's impressive.
To all Disney adults and morbidly curious casuals, we proudly present our spectacular festival pageant of theme park ramblings and peculiar opinions in thousands of seconds of average quality sounds of Mice and Matterhorns podcast.
Welcome to Of Mice and Matterhorns, the show where we revel alongside and reveal the mystery of Disney adults. I'm your host, Daniel, along with my co-host,
Shannon.
And today we are... Well, we're fresh back from vacation that was not Disneyland.
No, it was really good. We went camping and I rented us a trailer so we weren't in a tent. And I think that made a huge difference.
Yeah, you're slowly winning me over to the idea of a trailer.
Now we just have to eventually tow one.
We have to figure out how to do that.
This time we paid them to tow and set up. And so we just showed up with our stuff. And it was really nice.
Which was pretty nice. I will say, like, we do theme park tricks often, and part of that is because my family lives in Southern California, and I love theme parks. I always have. And you love them. Disneyland was our first date. We went there on our honeymoon. I love camping. I think it's really enjoyable, except for the first night. I think we counted. Was I in the 20s for mosquito bites?
Yes.
I think I was hovering around 25 mosquito bites the first day.
Yep.
After which point I doused myself in DEET. And was more or less okay, but I'm still suffering from all that.
Because you won't use Campho-Phenique on them. So what did you expect?
Well, nobody else gets eaten as much as I do.
Right. So all the more reason to use Campho-Phenique to make the itching go away.
I don't mind it. I just don't want to bother with it. I don't really like aftercare of any sort.
See, I would do it for you. Like one of the other girls that was there, she's a teenager and she had one on her finger and I just came over the Kleenex with Campho-Phenique and I grabbed her finger.
I just need a bath full of it and I can dip myself into it.
Oh, that would stink so bad. That little tiny bottle stinks so bad.
It is potent.
It is, but it works. I mean, it did go off the market for quite a few years, so I think it got banned by the FDA or something like that.
Something going on with it.
But now it's back, so it must be approved, right?
Probably.
It works.
Where did you buy it?
I think Walmart.
Okay, well, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, camping was a lot of fun. We went with a group of people. I did suggest multiple times that if we were going to go as a group, we should go on a Disney cruise. I don't think anyone thought that was serious.
Mm-hmm.
I keep recommending Disney cruises to groups of people, my family, the people we were with. I mentioned it offhand to really anyone. If my coworkers are listening, I've invited each and every one of them to a Disney cruise, and no one's ever taken us up on it. So hopefully it's fun. We're going on our first one. Yeah.
In 9 months.
In 9 months, we're practically there. So our last episode, we went through each of the Disneyland lands and assigned a movie to it that we thought would be fun or important to watch before going and visiting Disneyland. I thought it would only be fair that we continue that and go into Disney California Adventure and assign each of those lands a movie too. Again, you can go to Disneyland and have a fine time without having watched the movies, but Disneyland has always been a park about intellectual property. A lot of the first rides at Disneyland were linked to already existing Disney animated features.
Yep.
It's ingrained into the park itself. So here we're going to quickly go over, well, maybe not quickly. We're going to talk through the lands, and we're each going to give a movie of what we think would be a good one to watch before going into Disney California Adventure. And we'll just jump into it.
And for some of these lands, it's going to be hard to pick one movie.
Yeah, I assume you're talking about Avengers Campus.
Yeah, but we'll get there when we get there. So you enter the gates and you are on Buena Vista Street. Now, I have no idea what that is referencing. So when you used to enter, it used to be like the Golden Gate Bridge that you would see and all that. What is Buena Vista Street? Because this is California Adventure, so it's supposed to be based on California, but I do not know what this street is supposed to be about.
See, this is where when people accuse us of being Disney adults, I think the real Disney adults will listen to this and be very upset at us for not knowing for sure. I think it's the street that Walt Disney Studios was on, like where Walt worked. I think the idea is it's old school California. It's where the animation studio was. It's Walt Disney's version of old timey Hollywood.
Okay.
It's my understanding.
So then my movie for this area will be Steamboat Willie, because that is the first animated, is that the first animated?
First Mickey Mouse.
First Mickey Mouse film that was created.
Yeah.
So that is going to be, so I had to figure out what Buena Vista Street was supposed to be first, because I was like, I think that's my movie pick, but I have to confirm.
So you're just going sort of old school animation?
Yeah.
Some of his earlier works.
Yeah. What about you?
I was torn. I'll go with the one the one I didn't ultimately choose was Roger Rabbit, because really that fits better in Toontown. But we watched Roger Rabbit recently. The red trolley, which is sort of central to Buena Vista Street, is directly from Roger Rabbit. Mm-hmm. I don't think that movie fits. So I went with Newsies.
Oh, that's right.
Newsies, they had the musical show there for a long time where the Newsies would jump out of the trolley and they would sing and do things.
I never saw that.
Really?
That sounds so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd hop out of the trolley, they'd do a whole musical number. And in the Buena Vista is not tied down to a specific time period, the Buena Vista Street, but it fits in really well with the Newsies, sort of that 1920s theme and style, and it really brought the whole street alive. And it is kind of disappointing that they don't do that anymore. It's one of the earlier memories I have from DCA, from when I went. I don't know, Buena Vista Street does not have the kinetic energy that Main Street USA has. Main Street USA, you can see a lot of different, you can see the marching bands, the Pearly Band, I think goes down there every now and then, the Dapper Dans, all this different stuff. You got, is it the Five and Dime? Is that the group that's on Buena Vista Street in the center? 2019 is when somebody filmed the last of the Red Car Newsboys.
Okay, so I wonder if COVID killed them.
Yeah, oh geez.
But yeah, so the Five and Dime group, they are still singing.
Okay, so we've got the Five and Dime
playing
there.
Yep.
But the Red Car Newsies, Newsboys, whatever, Newsboys. Shine, gonna make. The Newsies aren't there anymore. I still think the movie Newsies fits right in with the theme and everything. Mm-hmm. And the Newsies, depending on what year that movie took place, could have potentially been watching Steamboat Willie.
Oh, yes.
Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so which way are we going?
1992.
Didn't take place in 1992.
No, that's when it was made.
Oh.
That's a joke. I made a joke.
All right. We walk in. We're on Buena Vista Street. Which way are you taking us into the park?
That's what I was going to ask you. Okay. Normally we go to, well, it depends.
Normally we're running to...
Normally we're going to an Avengers campus, but we'd be skipping some other lands. So let's go to Hollywood Land.
That's actually what I have written next. So that works well. I have a feeling we both have the exact same movie on here.
Yes, what was that?
Monsters, Inc.
Yep, because that is the only ride. Now, the other one you could go with is Finding Nemo, because you can do Turtle Talk with Crush, and that is the turtle in Finding Nemo, and you can go into the
Art of Animation.
Animation
building.
Academy, and you can go talk to Crush. If you're going to say Monsters, Inc., I'm going to say Finding Nemo.
Okay, I was going to say Monsters, Inc. If Muppet Vision 3D was still there, I probably would have gone one of the Muppet movies, maybe the Muppet movie. And I just watched the Jim Henson Idea Man documentary that just came out. Really, really good. And Crush, the Turtle Talk with Crush, something that didn't even click, and I assume it's what they're doing, was Jim Henson was a big proponent of digital puppetry. And not just animation, but where you could control the animation with your hand like a puppet, because that way you could in real time instill human emotion into it instead of having to animate it frame by frame or however you did it that way. And essentially that's what Turtle Talk with Crush is, which is kind of cool.
So yeah, you get to go into this room and all these people are sitting down, and then they pick people to ask questions, or Crush asks questions of people and they have to answer. And so it's interactive with the screen. We haven't done it.
I've done it with the boys.
You've done it with the boys.
Yeah.
I have never done it. Our nieces have done it. I don't know about the family on your side, though, if they've done it or not. But my nieces loved it. Yeah. So one of our nieces, Crush, asked her, "What's your favorite food?" And she goes, "Salmon." And he looks at her and goes, "Fish are friends, not food." And everyone just erupted in laughter. So we weren't there, but that's how it was told to us.
The actor is really good at improv, and the way that they puppeteer that animation is really, really cool too. So yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun. We should go do that again.
If only the Hyperion Theater was open.
Yeah.
And having the Aladdin show, because then I'd pick that movie, because that show, I don't know how long it ran. It ran for a long time, and it was a really, really good show. I did almost fall off the second story balcony.
It's pretty steep.
Because they shut the lights off, and they should not have let us in. But the show was really good.
Then we didn't ever get to see Rogers, the musical either.
It was such a short showing.
We'll get to see Ernesto de la Cruz in that area, though.
We will.
Performing.
Yep, for Oogie Boogie Bash. All right, now we're going to walk the back way into Avengers Campus. So I looked up the list of films because I know there's a lot and I wasn't sure how many.
There's a handful.
And one site said 33 and another site said 34. And I was like, well, that sounds about right. You can find lists online of watching them chronologically or watching them in the order that they came out. We have boys that are going to want to watch these. So we are going to make our way back through this list.
That's fine. I really, really enjoy the MCU. But which one did you pick?
I only pick this because otherwise the ride does not make sense. And you're just like, what is going on? But Spider-Man Homecoming.
I was thinking you were maybe leaning my way a little bit, but I see not. I was really excited that maybe we matched up on this one. That makes sense, though. Everyone loves Spider-Man. And he's got a ride there.
Yep. Yeah, he has his own show like every 40 minutes or something like that.
That's fair. I think Spider-Man's a strong heart of Avengers Campus.
Well, I thank you for approving my pick.
It's pretty good. Mine isn't. Mine's very peripheral in terms of the campus as a whole.
So why in the world would I pick yours?
Well, it just sounded... arguably, it is even outside of Avengers Campus.
You didn't pick Guardians.
I did pick Guardians. I'd say it's peripheral. It is not dead center. It is like leaking into Hollywood land because it was the Hollywood Tower of Terror.
Don't ever use that word as a descriptor.
Oozing?
No, the
bleeding into
the streets. The type of street even changes.
Yeah, but it was the Hollywood Tower of Terror. Okay,
that's how Disney does it. They change the street. So if you look down at the ground, it'll be a different type of ground for each area that you're in. And that is definitely part of the Avengers Campus.
I am a little bummed that because of Avengers Campus, the red trolley doesn't go as far into the park, which is a bit of a bummer. Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 1.
Okay.
Because if you watch that, the premise of Guardians Mission Breakout will make sense. And really, it is a top-tier Marvel movie in and of itself. Maybe my favorite standalone franchise in the MCU. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Okay.
And they have a dance party,
They do.
which is kind of fun. Not for me. It's,
No, it's fun to watch our oldest.
yeah, he
Yep.
really, really gets into it, which is fun. Are we heading into Cars Land?
Let's head into Cars
Because
Land.
which movie, I really hope we at least semi-match up on this one. Did you put A Bug's Life?
Yeah.
Me too.
No, the Bugs Life stuff apparently is still viewable in Avengers Campus. There are some pieces that you can look over by the Doctor Strange area that are remnants of
Really?
A Bug's Life land or whatever it was called. I don't know if that's true in Cars Land. A cast member only told me about the
Okay.
piece in Avengers Campus, but Cars, the first one, I don't remember 2 and 3 at all. I feel like I saw 3, but I don't remember 2.
2, I think, is the absolute worst Pixar movie ever made. I picked Cars 1 as well. I think that whole land is Cars 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, their main attraction is exclusive to Cars 1.
Yeah.
Like, it is the story of Cars 1. So,
Yep.
yeah, I thought that was good.
Yeah, and Cars 3, is that the one where it's Cruz that's trying to learn?
Yes.
Okay, so that one wasn't awful, but like you said, the land is geared to Cars 1.
Yeah, and even with Cruise showing up in Cars Land,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any, like, exclusive characters from Cars 2 show up in that land.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's funny about A Bug's Life? Or A Bug's Life Land or Bug's Land?
Yep.
When Ant-Man started showing up in Avengers Campus, he would carry around a miniature version of A Bug's Land, like he'd shrunk it. He had a small diorama
That's
that
hilarious.
he'd carry around.
I find it interesting that they made A Bug's Land after one movie. What was there before? Was there anything there before? Is that what the park started with?
I'm not sure. I'm not 100%, but I think that's what it started with, or they built it there. I mean, back when it opened, though, there wasn't a ton of long-running franchises or anything, I don't think.
Because it opened in 99. Is that right?
I think somewhere around there. And we're talking like Toy Story. No, 99, because I think Toy Story was 90s. Yeah, Toy Story had to be at least late 90s.
2001 is when California Adventure opened.
Yeah, so there were not a ton of franchises, especially Pixar ones. But A Bug's Life was a big one. That was exciting. There was, decades between the Toy Story movies.
I think we're boring. I'm yawning.
This is exciting stuff.
Let's move along.
All right, San Francisco. Here we go.
Yeah. Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6.
I don't think there's anyone. Is there any other Disney movies set in San Francisco?
No. That actually is a Marvel franchise too. Big Hero 6 is Marvel technically.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Big Hero 6, that's an easy one. They changed San Francisco Bay into San Francisco. Watch Big Hero 6. If you enjoy it, you're going to love San Francisco. It looks really cool.
And they have some
Baymax.
new foods lately.
Recent new ones?
Yeah.
You've been watching some YouTube videos without me, so
Yeah,
clue me in.
because you went to the Deadpool and Wolverine last night. I do not remember names of anything.
What did it look like?
Well, I think it was the bao bun, but it was like
Okay.
different than how it used to look. It looked better. And then there was another one.
That's fine. Well, I'm excited to try the new food there and to try the gyoza bun because I still haven't tried that one. Boy, we could go into the food, couldn't we? But there's been no food guides released for Halloween time.
That's later. We're gonna complain about that later.
Okay, we'll complain
All
about
right.
that
So
later.
San Francisco is Big Hero 6.
Easy peasy.
The playlist for that is really good too. The soundtrack.
Yeah, and if they ever bring Wondrous Journeys back, you're going to want to have seen Big Hero 6 as well
Yes.
to Disneyland. The single best fireworks show that Disney's ever produced.
Mm-hmm. I really wish that they would have professionally filmed those and put them on Disney Plus.
I agree.
I'm jumping to fireworks right now. but
I agree though, because they've done it for one of the Paris shows. We've seen one or two shows
yeah.
on Disney Plus.
with the drones.
Yeah, I wish that they would do all of that.
I mean, they're already spending the money to make the show. Why not just film it?
Yeah, I enjoy seeing park specific stuff on Disney Plus. Pixar Pier, is that where we're headed next?
Sure, let's go to Pixar
All right,
Pier.
let's go to Pixar Pier. This gives us a little more variety to choose from as opposed to Cars Land and San Francisco. I picked Toy Story 2.
I am going to pick Inside Out.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pixar 2. So, Pixar 2. Toy Story 2. I picked Toy Story 2 because I think you get the biggest variety of the characters you would see on Pixar Pier. You've got Jesse's Carousel. You've got Pixar Midway Mania.
Mm-hmm.
There's some Toy Story themed
Wait, what
stuff.
did you call it?
What did I say? Pixar Pier?
What did you call Midway Mania?
Toy Story Midway Mania,
Oh, okay.
I think. I don't know. But you've got Senor Buzz's Churros.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the chicken place that's sort of a play off of Al's Toy Barn.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why I picked that one.
Yeah, so for Inside Out, you have Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind. And Bing Bong Sweet Stuff is the store. And then Angry Dogs has Anger burning a hot dog.
Yeah.
And that's where you can get hot dogs. But I really liked that one and Inside Out too. So I'm going to pick two because I like both of them. Now, you don't really need to see them to understand that area, but there's so many you can watch. Now, Incredibles is also another good one. So
yeah,
that'll be my honorable mention is Incredibles because the Incredicoaster.
They are really pushing Inside Out lately, which it makes sense. I mean, it broke a ton of records at the box office. Inside
Did it
Out
really?
too. Yeah, it did really, really well. And
Everybody wanted that movie.
I really hope that when, and maybe it's already happened, but when anxiety shows up in the park, that they've got Chip and Dale energy, that they are just like, not just sort of like moping around like Sadness is, but are jittery and like over the top in their caricature acting. I think that would be fun. Where are we headed next?
Okay, well,
We looping around?
Paradise Garden Grill isn't really its own area, is it? It's all Pixar Pier?
You know,
Because then there's Paradise Gardens Park, and so I can't figure out on the map where each ends because it doesn't show me a different type of pavement
Paradise Garden Park
in this picture.
is what I had listed as well. And honestly, like The Little Mermaid's the movie I picked for that one because it's the only ride there.
Mm-hmm.
You could arguably throw some Pixar stuff in because you can, the transition between that and Grizzly Peak, you get to see some Pixar and Disney animation characters. You see Nick Wilde. But yeah, I went with The Little Mermaid.
Yep.
The ride's there. That's the biggest attraction.
The ride's good. Unless Ariel's broken. Then it's weird.
Yeah. They have some big animatronics in there. Ursula's massive.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love that ride the first time I went on it. I was underwhelmed.
Really?
I was like really excited to go on it because it's like, oh, it's a brand new ride. And I don't know what it was, but I was like, I was really disappointed. And then every other time that I've gone back to the park, I've really enjoyed it.
So, funny story about this ride. One of my coworkers and friends, her and her husband will go to Disneyland, and he kept wanting to go on this ride, and it was during the summer. And she was like, I didn't think he'd ever seen Ariel, and like, why is he liking this ride so much? And so finally she was just like, what is going on? Why do we keep riding this ride? And he goes, oh, for the air conditioning.
Yeah. Absolutely. If it's a hot day, I'm going to want to get on that too.
Because you get to sit down. It's dark. What is the ride? Like 6 minutes long?
I kind of think it's longer than that.
Is it
I think
longer than
might
6
be
minutes?
10-ish.
And so, yeah. And so I just thought that was so funny because she was like, he's never seen the movie. He like, why is he so interested in this ride? And it was for the air conditioning.
If it's hot, like nothing beats that ride or Small World or Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
There's something to a nice, long, calm ride.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well,
and on that one, the music is soothing. You could just probably close your eyes and take a short nap.
Yeah, and the bubble sounds is really, it puts me to sleep for some reason.
You've slept on that ride, huh?
I've at least rested my eyes for a good portion of it.
All right. Truth comes out.
I think I've dozed on Pirates, on Small World, on that ride. I don't think Haunted Mansion. The train for sure. Not Autopia. As sleepy as driving makes me, I did not nap on that one. I don't know. Have you ever slept on a ride?
I don't think so. No, I don't think I've ever slept on a ride. All right. Our last land is Grizzly Peak.
Question.
Hmm.
Is Soarin', is that in Grizzly Peak? That
is how I understand it.
Okay, that's how I was understanding it too.
Do you have one?
I apparently didn't look at my notes because I've got a whole bunch here. So here's my honorable mentions. Apparently, I had Where the Red Fern Grows, Homeward Bound, Bambi, and the Fox and the Hound. But I crossed all those out. Brother Bear is the one I went with.
That's the one I have too.
Because I mean, we refer to
Because our oldest loves it, and he refers to the Grizzly Peak ride. I can't think of the actual name right now.
Grizzly River Run.
Yeah, as Brother Bear's ride. He doesn't ride
Our youngest loves it too.
He loves Brother Bear too?
Well, he loves Brother Bear. Yeah. But he loves the ride as well.
He loves the ride. He doesn't love the movie as much as our oldest does. He's willing to watch it, but he doesn't love it like our oldest. But our youngest loves the ride. And so they call it the Brother Bear ride because there's that big bear that stands out front.
It really would not take much for them to make that a themed ride. But I'm okay with some of the rides in the parks not being IP based. Some of the best ones are that way.
Mm-hmm.
There you have it.
Yep.
Those are our recommendations for movies to watch before visiting Disney California Adventure. We've got D23 coming up in just a few days.
Yeah.
The giant Disney Fan Expo where they are going to announce a bunch of stuff. They get everyone all hyped, and this year it's in Anaheim, which they do every other year. So let's speculate on that just a little bit. They generally use this to hype up big announcements that they've got going. I have a bunch of thoughts written down. Do you have any?
Well, I found out about this like half an hour
That
ago.
is
so
true.
I have very few. I know some of what you're going to say, so I won't steal your thunder.
That's fine. Well, I want to see what you think about them. Well, I'm really hoping they announce that I've won every sweepstakes that I've entered for starters. They're doing a big, the biggest giveaway apparently in the Disney company history. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that you can potentially win. And if you enter every day, if you're a D23 member, you can be entered. Man, there's some really, really good prizes. But for some reason, the one at the top of my list is the Disneyland freezer full of ice cream and Mickey bars. The idea of having a themed freezer or something in my house that's large really, really appeals to me. So this is a chest freezer that looks like something you would buy an ice cream bar out of at Disneyland. The only other product that I've been this hopeful to win was, I can't believe it's not butter, had a sweepstakes to win a jacuzzi that was decorated like a tub of I can't believe it's not butter. And I'd never won that one, but I was really hoping to. But there's like a couple cruises on there. There's some tours, adventures all over the world, all kinds of cool stuff, and I'm hoping that I win. So that's, I think, is going to happen. I'm going to win the sweepstakes. I'm going to have a real good time there. So we've got Oogie Boogie tickets. Halloween's coming up, and I feel like this is the latest we've gone into the season with this little of information ever.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting that?
Yes, because there's so much information dropping for Disney World, but there is nothing dropping for Disneyland. And Disneyland, I want to say our Halloween starts on, is it August 23?
It's this month, and we've got very little information. They just announced and semi-announced, they gave clues, but it's pretty obvious, of two new villains that are coming to Oogie Boogie Bash. But that's...
Yeah. August 23, I did remember correctly, is when it starts, and we have no food guide, but the Not So Scary Mickey's Halloween Party over in Disney World has all of their stuff out. Like, they know everything. Now, we have our Halloween merch.
Yeah. I
have a hunch that something big is going to happen at D23 with that.
Yeah, I've got some predictions. I don't know how it would pertain to Halloween, but I think D23, I've got a gut feeling there's going to be a lot of really big Disney announcements that are going to come in hot and fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to open that parks panel and they're going to start dropping stuff to try to make people go crazy. It's been a weird year with Genie Plus, and they're changing the name, and the cast members unionizing, and they threatened to strike. There's been a lot of weird stuff that doesn't look great, and I think they are going to want to jump in on some of this excitement. One of the things that it didn't click for me as being a possibility, but now that I think about it, this could be a Halloween thing. Mm-hmm. I could see them saying, hey, Halloween season, light spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine here. If anyone's listening, I would not be surprised if they announced that a large number of pre-Disney MCU characters show up in the park.
Oh.
My original thought was that that would be an ongoing thing. That the Avengers campus becomes less like traditional MCU and more like a celebration of Marvel, encompassing some of the IPs that Disney has rebought. Mm-hmm. And some of the characters that some of us grew up with that are not in the MCU proper. Because Deadpool and Wolverine definitely leans into that a little bit. And at least in the theater that I was in, people were super, super excited about that. And there's been a lot of buzz kind of about that nostalgia for a pre-Disney MCU.
Oh, okay.
So I think it would be interesting and kind of cool if they incorporated that into Halloween and maybe even longer.
And you're saying they're going to announce that at D23.
I think, yeah, I predict D23 is going to have a shift in what the Avengers campus is, because there's been big changes. They've canceled a couple of the shows, a number of the shows, which means that they now have empty space. In addition, since we're talking about this, they're going to talk about the new ride that's supposed to have gone in there years ago.
Yeah. That's now a store.
Yeah, that's now a store. So hopefully something happens with that we get something, because they need another ride there. And they've been talking about a big e-ticket ride for years.
And they got all that money to do stuff.
Right. Well, that's the other thing. This is the first D23 since they got approval for a multi-billion-dollar expansion. So they need to make this big.
And just as an FYI, D23 starts on Friday, August 9th. So if you want to be Googling anything, that's when you can start Googling stuff. Do they post the actual D23 webinars somewhere that you can watch them?
I think so, but they do stream them on YouTube is when we watched it last time. You know, and we did talk about, we've mentioned a few things of what we thought, and one of my predictions was that Haunted Mansion was going to open, that they were going to announce that. That's already happened.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion is currently open with virtual queue. Apparently it's going really well. That's
and
cool.
their gingerbread house.
Oh, I haven't seen. Yeah, I saw like a bit.
I saw it. So Disney actually posted a video of the gingerbread house, and it has Frankenstein as part of the gingerbread.
Okay, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
That's always fun to be able to see the real gingerbread house that they feed the bees afterwards, which is kind of fun. So I'm sticking with my other prediction too. Tiana's is going to open. I think Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I think they're gonna announce that it is currently open, and the hall is going to go wild, and everyone is going to run to Disneyland after that and go on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, opening this August. This month is my prediction.
Yeah, make it clear that's your prediction. It's not
Yeah.
it's not actually happening.
Is news. Yeah, Madame Leota told me. Yeah, what do you think? Do you think that's a possibility?
I don't. I think they're so far away.
You think so?
From it. Now, I do think they will announce the opening date of
I think
Tiana's
that's
Bayou.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's my prediction, is they're just going to announce the opening date. So then that way, me saying that, I'm right either way. Because if they do open during D23, I'm still right.
They dropped the Tiana's merch, though.
Like a long time ago when it opened in Disney World.
But it's in Disneyland now.
That's
like
true.
The Loungefly stuff is in Disneyland for Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Well, I think it was when Disney World's opened. Yeah, I don't know what else they're going to... I mean, I do hope they go over their forward plan. And I don't... See, this is where life gets too busy. And as much as I like being in the parks, I do not track all the different things going on. I know peripheral information, not exact. So I know they got approved for some billions of dollars of improvements throughout the Disney company. So I'm hoping they'll go over a lot of that and what that's going to look like. And maybe like the next 5 years, right? So we kind of have an idea of the next 5-year plan, but I have a feeling that money will be spent over a much longer period.
I think one of the things they're going to announce is either another hotel, a big, impressive hotel, and or a third park in California.
Oh, where would they put that?
I don't know. That's my guess. I thought the same thing when they did DCA. But I think they will announce either a new hotel and or a third park.
Okay.
In addition, I think they're going to touch on Disney World, a number of different things that are going on there with Test Track, Dino World, I think Encantoland or whatever, and the Villain Land they're going to talk about that, but you know what? I've never been.
They talked about that last year.
2 years ago too, yeah.
Oh, 2 years ago?
It's been that long.
Oh my
but
goodness.
I think they're moving on because Dino Land or whatever is now like winding down.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to go hard on the cruises. They're really like ramping that whole thing up. What's the Heroes and Villains cruise? Is that the Adventure?
No. So I think Destiny is the Heroes and Villains.
I think Destiny's going to be way more immersive than the other cruises. I think they're going to have a voyage-long storyline as opposed to a bunch of different disjointed events and things you can do. My feeling is they're going to announce some sort of storyline or storylines that you get when you get on the cruise.
Yes, I was right.
The Destiny?
Yes, Destiny is Heroes and Villains.
So I think the Destiny is either going to be a pretty immersive storyline, or at the very least, you're going to have to pick sides on if you're on the hero side or the villain side, and that will play into your experience on the cruise ship. I think it's going to be a Galactic Star Cruiser light experience. I think they like the idea of the immersiveness. That's why they tried the Galactic Star Cruiser. It didn't work in that capacity. I think they'll take elements from that and incorporate it into this new cruise ship. On that side note, I think the Galactic Star Cruiser is also opening up again.
Really?
Yes. That is another prediction. I don't think it will be in the same capacity or even the same vein necessarily, but I think they're going to do something with it. They have too many resources there to just let go to waste.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that be they incorporate elements of it into Batuu or Galaxy's Edge in either park, I don't know. Whether they use that building or they have like a one-day experience. I think the Galactic Star Cruiser is coming back in some capacity.
Okay.
As much as I would love to have a Tomorrowland complete revamp, I think they're going to announce that Buzz Lightyear is getting a revamp. Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, they haven't really touched in a while, and like their cameras are terrible and have been for years. I think it's due for something to be changed. Tokyo Disney is completely revamping it entirely. I think it's...
Yeah. Follow suit.
Yeah. Country Bears are coming back to California.
Really? Where at?
I'm not sure. And I don't know if they're coming back in the full Jamboree, but we know that Hungry Bear is being changed to a...
They're so creepy.
I've never seen it.
I had to watch it every year.
I have no experience with the Country Bears.
Every year that we went, not every year because we didn't go every year, but I think I watched them at least 3 times.
Your dad loves them.
My dad loves them. He had a mug forever. He doesn't drink alcohol, but he would drink iced tea out of his Big Al mug all summer long.
Yeah, he's talked about them a bunch.
I think he finally stopped using that mug. I don't think he uses that one anymore. Okay.
He still uses his Pirates of the Caribbean one. Or no, his dad one. No, he had the Pirates of the Caribbean one. Then your sister got him one that's a dad on it or something etched in the glass.
Oh, that's cool. I don't remember that, but...
Yeah, the Country Bear Jamboree or the Hungry Bear is being changed to a Country Bear theme. And I think at the very least, eventually we're going to see those characters in the park once or twice. Like maybe on rare occasions.
I wish they had done a Winnie the Pooh theme.
Yeah, me too.
That'd have been so much better because the bears are like our parents' generation entertainment. So the boomers, not ours. I remember going to it and just being like, what am I watching?
I love the idea of it. It's very Lester's
Campy?
Possum Park.
Campy.
It is. I like the idea of it too because it was not an IP.
Yeah.
Like, it was original. There's a movie that came out in the 2000s about him. I never saw it.
Wow, I had no idea.
But yeah, I think we're gonna see him back.
Okay.
Well, and they just revamped it.
Lucky us.
They redid the whole show in Disney World. It's brand new music, brand new animatronics, all that kind of stuff.
I watched some of the Disney stuff on that and the singer that sang for parts of it.
My last prediction is that the Muppets are going to come back in some way too. They keep trying to do stuff with them. They just released the Jim Henson documentary. I think something to do with the Jim Henson Company is going to be announced. I'm not sure what. And that may be wishful thinking.
That will be interesting to see how that turns out.
I will be shocked if even one of these is correct. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens. We planning on streaming it?
I don't know because we barely can get through the Olympics right now.
That's true. I should go watch some now.
Yeah, our kids, I remember when the Olympics were on when I was a kid, the TV was just always on and you could just sit down and watch whenever you wanted. And so now it's on Peacock, right? So it's on demand and you turn it on and our kids are like, no, we don't want to watch this. We want to go do something else. And I'm like, at what point did you think there was a choice? We didn't say you could watch anything else. This is what is on. And so it's very interesting because I'm like, that's right. They live in an on-demand world where anything they want to watch, they just go to the right app and put it on. And I was like, that is not how we grew up. So I still don't understand how they work. But yeah, they were like, no, we don't want to watch this. But I was like, too bad.
Yeah. The rare instances where they have to watch live TV, they're ticked. We can't skip the ads.
Yep. They're like, come on, just fast forward. We're like, it doesn't work that way.
Or pause, which we don't have TiVo or anything. So
yeah, it's like, nope, run as fast as you can to the bathroom during the advertisement.
World. Yeah, welcome to our childhood. Run as fast as you can.
I was just talking to a coworker about that yesterday about how you during commercials, you ran and got snacks. During the next commercial, you ran to the bathroom. During the next commercial, you ran and got something to drink.
Or your siblings over there, it's on! You're panicking.
So I don't know if we will watch any of the, I mean, we will probably watch recaps. We have a lot of YouTubers that we watch, and they go to the D23. So more than likely, I will wait for them to recap highlights.
That's fair.
And I will wait for you to watch the live stream and tell me what's going on.
It would be really fun. We watched it 2 years ago, and I really enjoyed that. That's when they had the Muppets came out on stage. Like, they did all kinds of fun stuff.
That's right. That was 2 years ago.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Because last year it was in Florida.
Yeah.
The year before was the big one. That's when they announced Hulk was going to come out, which I've never seen Hulk.
I remember what I was going to say finally. Okay. They will probably announce the celebration for the 70th birthday of Disneyland.
Oh, is that next year?
That's next year.
What do you think they're going to do?
I don't know. So they did a lot for 100 years of Disney. So I have a feeling that for the 70th birthday, because Disneyland opened in 55, that for the 70th birthday that they will be doing something. I was there for the 50th. Is that right? Yeah, for the 50th, and did not realize the significance of being there for the 50th. And I want to say I got some souvenir, but I don't even know where it is anymore. But I wish I still had it, and I wish I'd gotten the t-shirt.
You should have.
So for 100-year anniversary of Disney, I got way too much stuff. I'm wearing my Disney Crocs right now. We were just in Leavenworth, and I was walking through a store, and I looked down, and someone else was wearing these exact Crocs. And I almost said something to her, but the store was so busy. I was like, I'll let it go. So I bet they're going to do some big things. And I think that's probably part of the reason they are revamping so many rides.
Yeah.
Right now is to be ready for the 70th year of Disney.
So 70th is platinum.
Yeah.
What's all the 100-year anniversary stuff that we've been getting? Is that platinum too?
Well, you were just Googling.
That's what I was Googling, and I can't figure it out because it says 100-year anniversary is like 10-carat diamond. Yeah, I mean, I imagine they're going to go hard because Disneyland sells more tickets and makes more money when they celebrate stuff. They're always looking for something to celebrate.
Well, like 100-year anniversary, I don't think people really have 100-year anniversaries, right? So
it's fair.
They might have just made up their own thing. I'm sorry. I am not living that long. I married someone younger than me so that I will die first.
I married someone healthier than me so that I will die first.
Yeah, 10-carat diamond. Wow. Disney really sold out on us last year.
We needed diamonds.
We needed 10-carat diamonds. Can you imagine how expensive that would be? All right, 70.
Platinum.
Is platinum.
Good thing they kept all those decorations.
I was going to say they're just going to reuse. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. And if we can carve out the time, I would really love to watch it with you because I enjoyed that 2 years ago. It was a fun little thing to do. At least that panel, right? Like not the whole. Do
they do the costume contest every year?
They do the costume contest every year. I don't know that they streamed that last time, but with the caliber of costumes that people had, there's that one woman that has the best costumes every single time. What was she, Dumbo?
I think she was Dumbo. Yeah.
Yeah, and by that I mean not.
No,
for those listening,
she was the ride. She wasn't she wasn't an elephant. She was the ride. So she had little Dumbo things flying around her and her skirt twirled.
She was the Matterhorn one year.
Really?
Her costumes are really that is not the first time she's done a really cool costume.
I can't wait to see
the first time she went viral
this year.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It would be really fun to go to that sometime.
I don't know that we have plans to go to Disneyland next year, but I know that's kind of on our radar because it's the 70th birthday of Disneyland.
Yeah, we're talking about cutting back and stuff, but realistically, we'll find.
We are not going 3 times to Disneyland next year.
You heard it here first, folks. We're not going to Disneyland 3 times in 2025.
Correct.
We are, however, at least going once, and we're going on a cruise.
I might go 3 times.
Now, hold on. We do need to do another Clash and Dash at some point.
I will leave the 3 of you at home and enjoy my peace and quiet with millions of other people that I don't know.
You take some you time. I'm always an advocate for you
my birthday. See, yeah. I've been down at the parks for my birthday for quite a number of years. So recently it came to my attention that I do like to do Disneyland for my birthday. And I realized why. we would go. So I went with my family growing up, I think 4 times. And every time it was around my dad's birthday because he has a summer birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just, I think we did kind of plan it to be his birthday, but I remember eating chicken at the Plaza Inn at least 2 times for his birthday.
Is that his meal of choice?
Yes. And so I think that's why I like to go for my birthday.
And I love fried chicken.
So I take you with me.
This works out really well. Well, and did we go for your birthday? We went for your birthday.
We have been there on my actual birthday, yes.
Sorry, I mean like when we went on our first date. Wasn't it around your birthday?
It was around my birthday for our first date,
Yeah.
yes. My parents sent me money because they're like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, I want to go to Disneyland.
Well, I should preface this because some not so nice stuff is going to come out about me when you tell the story. I was very poor and I was practically a rat man when we were dating. So go ahead. So yes, it was our first date. No, I didn't pay for you.
And no, you didn't ask me. I asked you. So when people ask about our story, I always say, yes, I asked Daniel out, but you did ask me to marry you. So
that's true. I also, on that first date, did not eat any food in the park unless you gave it to me.
Yeah.
And otherwise was pulling peanut butter sandwiches out of my backpack.
Yes, that had been squashed.
That had been squashed.
Yep. And there's a picture of us outside of the Haunted Mansion. That might have been our only picture of us
I put
that
on my
day.
nicest outfit for you.
Yeah, you had a Batman shirt on with an open flannel.
Yeah, but the Batman shirt was gold leafed. And not,
oh, yeah. And I totally
standard
noticed
yellow.
that. And so I had never been on the Haunted Mansion up to that point. And so you really wanted to go on it. And I said, I will only... What was my stipulation?
You said only if I can hold your arm.
Yes,
Guess
that's right.
what? I had to go on that ride 15 times in a row. What a great ride.
We went on it like
then
twice.
we hit the Matterhorn.
I don't think we rode the Matterhorn. Did we ride the Matterhorn?
Yeah, we rode the Matterhorn.
I do not remember. But anyway, back to the original part of the story. So my parents asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said I wanted to go to Disneyland. And so they sent money, and I went to Disneyland, and Daniel had a pass, and I knew that. And so I thought he liked me, but wasn't sure, and he was not making any moves whatsoever. So I asked him to go
nervous.
Disneyland with me.
And I only had a pass because I got a free ticket for my birthday, and it was like something like $80, $90 to upgrade.
You know what? I had no idea passes were so cheap back then.
It's crazy.
If I had known, I would have just gotten a pass. But I had no idea. I never even bothered to look. Like, it was never on my radar. And I'm so disappointed because we were like 2 hours away.
Yeah, heck of a lot cheaper than...
Hour and a half away instead of a 2.5 hour flight. But anyway, so that is just part of our story. Someday we'll share the whole thing and how humiliated Daniel was the whole day.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you so much for listening. Follow us on all forms of social media, where I've been pretty quiet lately, but I am planning on booting that back up, especially if we do ever launch that merch shop. If you have any questions, comments, please let us know. You can find us on all forms of social media at OfMiceandMatterhorns, except on X, where we are at MiceMatterhorns. Feel free to email us at OfMiceandMatterhorns@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening, and as always,
Have a Disney day.
Your attention, please. Of Mice and Matterhorns has now ended its normal operating episode. We thank you for your visit to our podcast and hope that the memories that you made will bring you back soon.